Mistakes you have to avoid when losing weight. These are crucial. They're going to cost you years of time. They might even get you off track. And the sooner you realize you're actually making these mistakes, the sooner you can realign yourself and start seeing better results immediately. And I'm not speaking just from my own personal experience. I coach a lot of people and I see this every single day. And the sooner you can understand that you're making these mistakes, the sooner you can stop making them and just see better results. And if you're watching me on live right now, just type live down in the comments below because I am recording these live. There's only one take we do over here. Or if you're watching this at a later time on the replay, type replay down below so I know you saw this video afterwards. So the first mistakes I see a lot of people make is that they rely on a magic solution and they completely disregard the power and importance of consistency. Here's an example. Maybe you're relying on a detox, on a juice cleanse, on a specific restrictive diet. Maybe it's somebody else's magical solution, whatever it may be. And you may try it, but you're not going to be consistent with it. You're not going to be sustainable with whatever that you're doing. But the power and consistency in making small little changes consistently and sustainably over a long period of time will yield tremendously more progress than any kind of magic pill, magic solution that you may think that you need. And if you think that you need a magic pill, you might as well close off this video because I have nothing like that to even sell you, to talk to you about, because it's complete nonsense and it's not going to work. The power is in consistency every single time. It's not the magic solution. It's not a shot. It's not a pill or supplement. It's none of that. It may be marketed as a magic solution, but the sooner you understand that that is not what you need, the sooner you will start seeing much better results. Because losing a bit of weight consistently, even ounces every day consistently, will yield a lot of pounds over a long period of time. But if you rely on any kind of magical solution, you're not going to be doing that for the rest of your life. It's just a fact. So it's just, you might as well go into it understanding that you're going to be doing this for a very short period of time if you are doing a magic solution. And it's just what's going to happen once you fall off track, because you will. But with consistency, if doing the basics, the fundamentals, if that's what you're doing from the beginning, it's so much easier to be sustainable with that. And the second thing that you're likely doing is that you're eating way too little from the beginning. I I'll take it through the entire process. So maybe you get a little, a weight loss kick. Maybe you want to get a healthier life. You want to be fit. You want to be healthier. All of these things. You want to lose a few pounds for the summer, whatever it is, and you immediately somehow magically come up to the number of 1,200 calories, 1,400 calories, 1,000 calories, and you start eating that off the bat. And you're going to lose a lot of weight the first week. I mean, most people will. And this gets you to feel like a high, like an amazing feeling. But what happens afterwards? What do the crazy restrictions and calories do for you in the long run? This is exactly what's going to happen. Is you're going to lose about, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pounds in a week. Depends on how much you got to lose. And you're going to be eating so little that you can't maintain that kind of progress for the following few weeks. You're going to feel extremely restricted, extremely tired, fatigued. You're going to think to yourself, how can anybody in the world do this? How can I be successful as they have previously been when I can't even do this? You're going to feel like a failure. You're going to feel guilty. And it's just not a good place to be in. Because first of all, some people should eat 1,200 calories. If they're a very small person, if they have a very sedentary lifestyle, if they don't work out, if they have little muscle mass, they're just a small individual, generally. But most people need to eat way more than that. That's a fact. And if you just eat a bit more in a slight calorie deficit and work out maybe a few times a week, go for a more active day, maybe go for a short walk, a bike ride, and understand the importance of doing those things consistently, living in abundance instead of a restrictive kind of mindset. If you do that consistently, not only are you going to not burn out, not only are you not going to feel guilty because you're not in a very restrictive mindset, but you're going to be just doing things realistically, sustainably, and consistently. It's not about eating as little as you can get away with, because if that's your mentality from the beginning, it's again setting you up for failure, because it's, well, which day am I going to fail on? Which week am I going to fail on? Because that's what's going to happen. If you eat way too little, if you do too much, if you lose too much weight in a very short period of time, it's only a matter of time until you fall off track. So you might as well realize that and take a whole different approach, which is why losing weight slowly is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Eating as much as possible while losing weight is the best thing you can do for yourself. How many times have you experienced before, or have you seen somebody else experience this, where they eat 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories a day, take shakes, supplements, appetite suppressants, they fall off track 2 weeks from now and they put more weight back on than they previously lost? And they throw their hands in the air and say, why am I doing this? Why did this happen to me? Why can't I do this? Because they took a very unrealistic approach from the beginning. If this is relevant to you whatsoever, drop number 2 down below in the comments, because I see this across the board with a lot of people. They have no consistency. They eat way too little. They just lose too much weight in a week span, and they end up failing because they set themselves up for failure. That's why. So the more abundance that you have in your life, in your journey, the more food you eat, the less active you are, the more sustainable it will be. Some people want to be more active because they enjoy it. That's fine for them. But if you just start off and give yourself as much room as possible for growth to improve later on, the more sustainable it will be. The third mistake people make when trying to lose weight sustainably is relying on a very specific meal plan. I get so many questions, people asking me in messages everywhere. Do you have meal plans? Do you do this? Like, I don't sell meal plans. They're completely worthless, because you may do a meal. First of all, nobody else should dictate their choices of food for you, because it's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to be eating the same foods for years down the line, because you can't stick to that. You have to have variety. And it's much more important for yourself to understand nutrition. How many calories should you be eating? How to maybe portion out your food. What kind of protein choices should you eat? What kind of vegetable choices should you eat? Generally, what kind of carb choices should you eat? How to handle yourself and understand, how to pick food at a restaurant. That's what's actually important. But sticking to somebody else's meal plan for you, eat chicken and broccoli or potatoes every other meal. Drink 8 glasses of water, or no diet soda, just water, no coffee. Eat this kind of meal. That's not realistic. You have to have variety, because if you have no variety, you have no flavor. If you're relying on somebody else's choices for you, that is not sustainable, because you don't want to lose weight and reach your goal by some kind of reliance. The more you rely on somebody else's choices for you, whether it's food, like meal plans, specific workouts, supplements, whatever it is, know that you can't rely on them for the rest of your life. So you might as well understand what you should be doing right now that's generally better for you, that is sustainable for you, that you can be consistent with. That's not a meal plan, because you may think you need a meal plan, but let 2 weeks go by and see how much you stick to that meal plan like you think you wanted to before. It's not going to happen. Maybe you might eat some of the food from that meal plan, but you're not going to stick to it consistently. What you will stick to is likely a caloric limit for yourself. Eat this amount of calories with this much protein, with these kinds of protein choices, so you can make your own decisions. You can have freedom in your choices, and you have the ability to understand that this will be sustainable for you, because you understand how to make choices for yourself, not have somebody else make choices for you. So these are the 3 mistakes that you're likely making if you're trying to lose weight, or you're just having trouble. So if you avoid these mistakes right now, you will start seeing better results. That's almost a guaranteed. I don't really make guarantees, but these things will help you tremendously. And if this video helped you out, drop a fire emoji down below. Like this video, it helps me out tremendously. Share the video, it helps me out tremendously as well. And I'll see you next time.